everyone and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this look for you right here using the Morphe Hot For Hue palette. Hot for hue. Hot for a hue of sunshine. I am actually, because it is actually very fitting, because outside at the moment here in England it's very rainy, so we could use a little bit of that, you know, gorgeous sunshine and beautiful summer sunsets. But what this palette is inspired by. It's absolutely gorgeous, right up my street with the reds, the oranges and the pinks. As you can see, that's what I have on my eyes. So if you would like to see how I got this makeup look right here, the products I use, how I use them, that kind of thing, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. Don't forget to also follow me on my social media pages. I'm shivonmakeupbiz on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. I'd really appreciate it. Come and join the fun and let's just carry on into the video. So I've already done my brows. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, which is just my favourite brow product ever. Ever since I got this I always go towards it. I've just popped it on. I literally don't have any other product in my brows apart from the Brow Freeze, no colour or anything. Then I just carved out my brows and I popped on the P. Louise base in the shade Aroma number 2 all over the lid, and I've just patted that on. I'm just going to smooth out any areas that it has creased. Okay, and of course I popped some tape on the outer edge of my eye because I want a really sharp outer edge. So this is the palette that I will be working with today. This is the Morphe 9H Hot For Hue palette. It's one of their like colour themed palette, and it's just like absolutely a bit of me. This has got like reds and pinks and yellows and some like shimmery colours in there, and I want to use a lot of them. I'm not going to use like the silvery colour, but I'm probably going to use everything else, so I'm super excited to play with this. The first shade that I'm going to take is the red shade right here in the corner of the palette, and I'm going to put that all the way through the main part of the lid crease. And I've just put out a bunch of brushes. I'm going to take this brush from the Morphe Madison Beer collection. It's like a kind of dense pencil brush, and I'm going to use this to repack that into my crease. I'm going to try and not take it too high, but we all know how that goes. If you didn't know, not well. We are ready. So I'm just going to dip into this red shade right here on the tip of my brush. I swatched these before pressing record for a blog post, and some of them were a little bit more creamier than others, like this shade here at the top. This other kind of baby pink shade was really creamy, and the red was nice as well. I did find the orange to be a little bit not chalky, but just not as creamy as the others. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that from the outer edge to start off with. I just like to do this to kind of build up that layer, I guess. And we're going to do a half cut crease because I want to. Okay, I'm just popping that through the crease and just kind of pressing my brush just above my socket. I really don't want this to go too high because I want to put a lot of colour on my eye look, so I don't want to run out of room. I'm just going to take that all the way through the crease. Just building that up kind of as I go. It's looking really pretty. And now that's kind of in there, I'm just working the brush forwards and backwards to really kind of work that shadow in so it's nice and smooth, especially as we're going on a wet base. Then I'm going to go in with the orange, which is right here, super pretty, and I'm taking on this other Morphe brush. This is from a collection that I don't know what this is from, doesn't have a number on it, it's a gold brush, but it's a skinny kind of fluffy blending brush. I'm going to use this to blend on top of that red shade for a sunset kind of look. Loading up my brush, and I'm just going to start by kind of packing this on top of the edge of the red and then onto the bit of the kind of eye that doesn't have any colour so far. And then just softly, and then just kind of softly merge the two colours together. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the red, just to kind of pick that back up again. Because the colours in the palette are like all the same kind of tone, they're all going to blend together so easily for a perfect sunset eye. now I'm going to take this yellow shade right here, which almost has like a little bit of neon running through it when I swatched it, but I'm going to take a teeny tiny... completely changed my mind now on what I want to do. Scrap that, put down the brush. I'm going to take this teeny tiny little shader brush right here, again from that Morphe collection that I don't know what collection this is from. My words did not come out properly then. I'm going to take the shimmery kind of champagne gold colour right here. You can kind of see that. I'm going to pop that onto my brow bone with that brush. Yeah, happy with my decision. I feel like the yellow would be very like artsy, but I'm happy with the kind of gold shimmer on the brow bone. Now I'm just going to take the brush that has the orange on it and just blend the kind of shimmery highlight into that colour there, just so it's not a harsh line. And then I'm also just going to take the brush and just kind of tickle that inner corner just to diffuse that a little bit more, because now I'm not taking the yellow there, I want this to soften up a little bit. So now I've kind of got my blending down, I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm going to take some cotton buds and some micellar water to do this. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of the micellar water onto the cotton bud, wipe it off on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to push this into the socket to carve the crease. Just taking the dry side to kind of clean up the lid. I'm just leaving a little bit of that kind of red shadow on the outer lid just so it's easier to kind of blend later on. For the lid, usually I would take my P. Louise base just as usual, but I feel like I need to get use of my coloured P. Louise bases, so I'm going to take the shade Winter Rose, which is a really pretty baby pink, which is perfect. So I'm going to be putting some pink shades on the lid. So I'm going to pop this across the lid, and I'm going to use a little bit of the brush. I've just wiped off the brush that had a rumour on it. I don't know where the other brush has gone, but I'm going to put this very carefully onto that blank space on the lid. Just taking a little dot on my brush. Not gonna lie, not my best cut, but we will continue. I'm gonna go back to the palette and I'm gonna take that red shade right here again and just tap over the edge a little bit to kind of blend it in. For the lid, I'm going to start off by taking a little bit of that yellow and popping it right in the inner corner, taking it on a Peaches Makeup PC40 brush. Top of the yellow base, it's going to go like a different colour, which will look fun. This has a little bit of neon in it, it's picking up a little bit green, but I actually quite like it. This looks cool. I didn't expect it to be like kind of green tinted on the eye, but that's probably because of like the neon undertones of the shadow. But I'm liking this kind of happy mistake. For the middle shade, I'm going to take this kind of mid pink right here. This swatched gorgeously earlier. And I'm going to pop that right through the middle of the lid. It's kind of the same shade as the eyeshadow base. I love that pop of like the neon yellowy green shade on the inner corner. I think that's a really nice touch. And then for my final trick, for the final shade on the lid, I'm going to take this hot pink right here and just pop that in that tiny little patch right there into the red. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that looks super cute. Super cute. Then I'm going to pop on a wing liner just to kind of really add some contrast to this look. I'm taking the Morphe Ink Felt Tip Liner Pen. And I'm just going to use the kind of tape as a guide. I'm just going to let my liner dry for a little bit and then I'm going to peel off the tape. I'm just going to take a little bit of the pink P. Louise base and pop that a tiny little bit underneath my lower lash line. And I've peeled off the tape. If you couldn't tell, I'm filming like a TikTok, so I did that in the TikTok. But I just peeled it off the tape and just quickly wiped under my eyes to get rid of like the red here, because that would have been really hard to cover with concealer and primer, otherwise I just would have left it. So I'm taking a teeny little dot of the pink base, don't want too much, and I'm just going to kind of smudge this underneath each lower lash line. I really like this eye look. I'm going to take this little pencil brush and just use that to blend out this pink base. Okay, and then I'm going back to the palette and I'm going to take the red shade and pop that underneath the lower lash line for some serious impact. I know this seems super like bottom heavy at the moment, but when I do my concealer it will kind of cover it up a little bit anyway, so do not stress. I'm now going to pop a white in the waterline just because I fancy being a little bit different than usually using a black, and I'm going to take the Morphe Coconut Eye Pencil and just pop this through the waterline. And now I'm going to curl my lashes with the Morphe eyelash curlers. I've already used these quite a few times, just curling them off a little bit. They are so good. I actually curl my lashes before I go to the gym. It just makes me feel a little bit more kind of, I don't know, just better. I feel like it makes my eyes look open and I go with no makeup on, so I don't know, it just makes me feel nicer. But the curls on my lashes last the longest time with the Morphe lash curler, so highly recommend this. I'm just going to give my lashes a little curl. I actually love this eye look. Like, I love a sunset eye. Reds and oranges and yellows and pinks. Love it. And now I'm going to pop on mascara. I'm taking the Morphe Make It Big Bold Black Mascara. I've been using this a lot recently and it's so good. It can go a little bit clumpy, so you just have to be a little bit careful, but it is such a good mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. I've got some really big lashes to use and I kind of feel like I might even just have this as a mascara only look, but I will decide once I finish my mascara. Just wipe off the excess because it's still fairly new, so there's loads of product. And look how good that is, like after one little swipe. So good. Such a nice mascara. I don't even know if I want to put on lashes, you know, because the lashes I've got are these ones and I feel like they'll cover up the whole eye look, which to be honest usually I don't mind because I've got slightly hooded eyes anyway, but I really feel like I want to show the like pop of yellow off, so I might even leave the lashes. Who'd have thought? I really like that, you know. Cute. I think what I'm going to do is do the rest of my makeup and then decide if I want to put on lashes, because I really just like this sunset eye look without big lashes. So I've just zoomed you guys out and now we're going to move on to the face. I'm going to take the MUA Pro Base Oil Free Primer and just pop this on. I want a nice smoothing base, I think, because I'm using quite a light coverage foundation. For foundation, I'm going to take the Morphe 2 Hint Skin Tint in the shade Hint of Pecan. You just give it a little shake. I'm going to pop this all over the skin using the Morphe blending sponge. Now I'm going to do a spot of cream contouring with the Bella Pierre Contour and Highlight Duo. This is in the shade Dark Deep. I've lost the lid to this side, but I'm just going to take this right here and just go under my kind of cheekbones. Part of the rollers may start to fall out a little bit. And then along the tops of my forehead, a little bit down the nose, under the jaw. You know the drill. And then I'm going to blend it out. Super excited because I feel like this is the part of the makeup where it like comes together, you know. And now I'm just taking this brush from Ig Show to blend it out. I'm going to start with underneath my jaw. Now I've blended out my cream contour, I'm going to pop on some concealer. I'm taking the Ordinary Concealer in the shade 1.2Y and I'm going to pop that on. I'm so disorganized. Now I've blended out my contour, I'm going to take the Ordinary concealer in the shade 1.2Y. I'm going to pop that onto my chin on this huge old hormonal little spot at the moment on my forehead, under the eyes, that kind of thing at the use, and then I'll go in and blend it in with my Morphe sponge. This concealer is actually really good. I just feel like I need to pick up a few more shades. Then I'm going to blend it out with my Morphe sponge. I'm going to start where I want, like where I'm not too fussed about the coverage. Obviously my chin I will always leave last, just while the concealer almost like sets. So I'm going to start with my forehead. So I don't know if you can tell, but this foundation is like super dewy. So I'm going to pack on some powder just to kind of balance it out. And I'm taking the Nude by Nature translucent loose finishing powder. I'm just going to pack that all into the skin. I'm not going to lie, I don't really like netting powders. I feel like I just like to tip like the cutouts, because netting you have to like push it out and it kind of goes everywhere. Right, now we've packed on that powder, I'm going to bronze the skin using the Peaches and Cream bronzing powder in the shade medium to dark. This is such a nice bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up the outer corners of my face and then dust it across my nose, just as I always do. I'm taking the Real Techniques blush brush. This is super old, but it's so good. Now I'm going to pop on a little bit of blush. This is the Morphe Pop of Fuchsia Blush Trio, and I'm going to take this shade in the middle, which is called Hot, and I'm just going to pop that onto kind of like the apples and the high points of my cheeks using the Sigma Spotlight Duster Brush. A little bit of blush turned into a lot of blush. Just going to take my face powder brush and just kind of like dab over this side a little bit. Right, I'm feeling this look. I'm going to take my Morphe Luminous Setting Spray and just spray this all across the face to set this in and add a little bit more of a glow. This one has like such a fine mist that I have absolutely no reference of how much I'm putting on. So we're just going to go for it until it feels right, you know? And I'm just going to take my little hand fan to dry my face. This is like the best beauty like hack ever. They're like £1 from Wilko's or B&M. Now I'm going to put on some highlighter, and I'm taking this Morphe Star Blazer highlighter palette. I actually love this highlighter palette. And I'm going to take the shade Extra, which is this one right here, and pop that onto my cheekbones with a highlighter brush. So pretty little on my nose because I like it. I'm just going to quickly go back to the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the same brush that I used for the brow bone, but I've just wiped it off on my jogging bottoms. And I'm going to take this pink shimmery shade right here. It has like a duochrome to it. It's really pretty. I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner of the teardrop to kind of highlight that area and make my eyes look pretty and sparkly. I'm just going to pop a teeny tiny little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. Now, as this is a very like volumizing thick mascara, I'm just going to wipe off the brush a lot before going in on my lashes. It will all go back into the tube anyway, so I'm not like wasting product. Okay, I'm just going to pop some on my lower lashes. Right, while that kind of dries, I'm going to take my Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. I'm nearly done, I'm so excited. Oh, such a good sound. I'm going to line my lips with Morphe's Sweet Tea lip liner. Then Then I'm going to take my favourite Morphe lipstick, which is the Wifey lipstick. It's a pinky nude colour. I'm going to pop this onto my lips. Love it. Okay, I'm just going to knock off the mascara. Ooh, shook the camera like crazy. I've officially decided that I'm going to leave the lashes because they are super huge. They're in the style Slayage. They're quite dense. I was planning on using them for this look, but I might save them for another look just because I'm loving the way this makeup looks without big lashes. So I'm just going to take out my hair from the rollers and we'll be right back. Yeah, I filmed a few TikToks, so I've messed up my hair, but I think it looks really good, like these big messy wild curls, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this makeup look. That palette is so nice. I think what I might do is use this inner corner colour quite a lot because I really like that kind of like touch of pink in the inner corner. I always have, but this is definitely something I will reach for later this like summer, and I think it's a really good palette. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this makeup look and seeing how I created this kind of sunset eye vibe, and let me know what you think of the makeup look without false lashes. I feel like it would have looked really nice with falsies, but I feel like it would have taken away from the whole colour on the eyes. But yeah, I feel really happy that I filmed a video. I've been just really weird with filming recently. I've mentioned it in a few kind of videos. Just I've like wanted to do fashion and stuff, so I think I've been subliminally putting off filming makeup videos, even though I love makeup. Do not get me wrong, that passion has not gone away. I just feel like I'm at this point in my like content creator career where I kind of want to just like take a different step on things, and I think what I'm going to do is still do makeup videos on YouTube predominantly, but I'm going to do IGTVs as my makeup and leave my actual Instagram feed as like fashion and then like the odd selfie, because I feel like that will work better in my head. So I'm going to try that out for a little while and see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts. And if you did watch this video this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are all doing well. I will get around to replying to comments. I do see them. I am just bad at replying. I'm gonna get better, okay? I am, I promise. I promise. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to be alerted when I upload a new video. I'd really appreciate it. Follow me on my social media pages. I'm shivonmakeupbiz on everything. And thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye. Now I've blended out my the shell is so long now.